Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. We have another chit chat video today because my previous video, which is things I avoid as a petite, did really well and you guys really like that one. So today we are going to be talking about the fashion items that I just won't wear. I have seen quite a few items going viral, going trendy, and let's just say I have some opinion. Without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Now, as a disclaimer, I have nothing against people wearing and loving these items. It's just because with my body and with my preference, I just won't wear these items. So the first item that we are going to be talking about is very basic, and that is a tank top with a wide square neckline. Now I'm talking about this tank top specifically because I feel like tank top is such a basic item that everyone has, but the tank top that I'm specifically talking about and won't wear is the one that is designed with a wide square neckline where the strap basically goes all the way to the side of the hem or like the fabric, and it hits really wide on your body. On some people this looks amazing and they love this design. For me, not so much. I prefer the traditional scoop neck style, but the reason why I won't wear this specific tank top is not because I don't like the style, but it's more of a comfort reason. I find that for me, my shoulders are very narrow, and I've specifically tried on this tank top from Clade, which is a brand that I really like, and it's actually owned by this fellow Indonesian. Check their brand out, and I actually have their scoop neck tank top. But when I bought that one, I also bought the square neckline one, and first of all, the strap keeps on flipping inside out and was really uncomfortable. And then second, it was just sitting literally on my armpit, and it was again very uncomfortable, and it keeps on falling off, especially on this shoulder. Essentially, these types of wide neck tank top just doesn't work for me. So the next item is super duper trendy. I feel like this is the dress of summer 2025. I've seen so many of the fashion girlies out there wearing such dress, and that is this Bando column style maxi dress. It basically looks just like your Bando style neckline dress, and it's a one piece of fabric all the way down. That sounds like a nightmare for my petite self. I know that this is definitely something that the tall girlies would just rock, and they look so cool wearing it. But for me, first of all, I don't think they even sell this for the petites. I don't think a specific petite size of this dress actually exists. Second, I think shorter lines fit our shorter body better. So I prefer shorter lines. I prefer a cut or accentuator around my waist to separate my torso and my legs. I prefer something that gives me shape, and this doesn't have any shape, and I can imagine this to be so comfortable. But for me, I just know it would just overwhelm my very petite frame. I know the brand, I think Rat and Boa, does these dress really well, and I've seen a lot of people wearing it. Every brand has this now. It's all over ASOS, Naked Fashion, whatever. But yeah, the Bando column style maxi dress is just something that I won't wear. The third clothing item that I just won't wear, it might sound crazy, but shirts. I talk about them all the time. I know that a lot of people believe that shirts can be very helpful and can suit everyone, which there might be a shirt out there that suit me. And to be honest, I do own two shirts. One that is more fitted and it looks more like a shirt blouse. Another one is just like a half button shirt that has a very flowy fabric. But most of the time they're too long on me, and even when they're cropped like this one from the Uniqlo JW Anderson collab, which I thought would finally suit my body, It didn't suit me. It's too boxy. Shirts are too structured for my frame. It's oftentimes too long. So yeah, shirt is something that controversially I just won't wear because it doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit my frame and I don't feel confident wearing it. Now, I know I said that I have nothing against these items and I have nothing against people wearing these items, but for this one particularly, I am passionate about, and that is thong sandals. I just won't wear them, period. When I'm talking about thong sandals, it's those typical thong flip-flops. I've seen a lot of heeled sandals and stiletto in those shapes. And let me just say this, okay? No one can convince me that this style of footwear is comfortable. No, you can't convince me otherwise. And I know a lot of fashion content creator, a lot of fashion magazine and journalists have been saying that summer 2025 is the summer of the thong flip-flop. No, take that thing away from me. It's not comfortable, y'all. I have been wearing flip-flop sandals since I was a kid. I get it. There's a lot of thong flip-flops at home, okay? And I've worn them to go to a grocery store just for a quick walk. But it's just not the most comfortable option. Like if you have a slider next to the thong flip-flop, you know that I will take the slider because the feeling of something in between your toes, no. And on top of that, if you wear it for a long time, they rub and they would make your skin go red and itchy and irritated. It's not a good look. On top of that, you started making them into heeled sandals where that's the only thing that is keeping your feet inside of that shoes. Can you imagine how much pressure is put on this little tiny piece of fabric to hold your toes and your feet together that is constantly rubbing your toes? It is so uncomfortable and I can already feel the pain through the image. I've put them on before and I promise my 15-year-old self that I would never wear them again. Basically, the last time I went with my family to a beach, it must be like 2013, 2014. And I remember I brought a thong flip-flop because it's just a basic necessity. Like everyone has a thong flip-flop. Walking around on the beach, getting it wet, blah, blah, blah. It was so uncomfortable and it left my skin so scarred and raw and red. I was a changed woman since then. I won't wear a thong flip-flop. Havaianas, I don't know them. More on the footwear section. This is another shoe that I just won't wear, and that is cowboy boots. All the girls have been rocking cowboy boots and they look great. I think for me, I just won't wear cowboy boots, not because I don't want to try them or they're not comfortable. I'm sure they are comfortable and I'm sure they add a touch of fun to your outfit. It's just personal preference, really. The cowboy southern style is just not my preference, not my style. It doesn't fit with any item in my current wardrobe. So yeah, basically I won't wear cowboy boots because it's not my style and it would not fit the rest of the items I have in my wardrobe. Last but not least, for footwear, it's not a specific item, but instead it's a much more general kind of pattern that I've been seeing with a lot of summer footwear, and that is very flat shoes. So this would apply to some ballet flats or summer sandals, or again flip-flop, although flip-flop is much more rubbery and cushiony, so maybe that one doesn't apply. I find that a lot of summer shoes are very, very flat and they have very thin sole, and I just don't know how you girls are wearing them. I've had a ballet flat before. They look really cute. They feel really comfortable initially. They don't like rub on me, but the sole of it is so thin and flat, and there was no other material at the top to keep my feet inside. For some reason, I think it's because my feet was trying so hard to grip onto it that I was stomping without me noticing, and all I can hear is just my eardrums just like shaking or like vibrating. And I could feel all the gravel, like all the stones on the road. I could feel all of them because the sole was so thin. And I also have worn them during trade shows on my previous job, and that was a carpeted hallway, and even that was very, very uncomfortable. So yeah, this is just a lesson learned for me. When I'm buying flats or a more low-heeled shoes, I need at least like what, 2 centimeters, because if it's too flat and too thin, it's just really uncomfortable. So yeah, those are some fashion items that I just won't wear. I know some of them are controversial, and I know some of them are probably your most loved trend this year or your most loved basics in your wardrobe. Take this video as a reminder that you don't have to follow trends. You don't have to follow what everybody else is wearing. Wear whatever you want to wear and wear whatever you feel comfortable and confident in your body. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, please click the like button below. It helps my channel a lot. And if you want to see more content, please go check out my channel. I hope to see you all on my next one. Bye!